That was an amazing show. There were parts I hated, but they were meant to be hated. There is no way to make that seem good. Think about it. Yep, impossible, but the show is so pretty. It's also got me to ask questions, so many, still haven't gotten answers. It's got me hooked. Yeah, I do plan to watch videos to explain it for me, or just wait for more. Probably watch more videos about it because I am unable to just sit and wait. Well, how is it a part of the story that is already made? Like, they show characters, but I need the connections. See the growth of the character from there to the point that we have seen. I do fear that it is wrong or will mess up what has already been told of the future of the story. Well, I shouldn't just compare it. There are so many people that are working hard on it to make it good. So, that means that it should be looked at as an individual thing to begin with. Then see how it adds to the story or compare it to how the story is. How do you think I work well with my own job when people don't like or like? I look at stuff alone, not all together until later. Yep. Nope, it is not perfect, but it works well. Well, it's hard to not see what didn't do well and feel bad. Like, so things I work days on, but people don't like, and some it's not as much and still people like it. It's confusing. People are not open books, especially not on the internet. There's like 2 covers you gotta see. Well, then I'm not great at reading. Your point? No, I'm just not good at reading people. I do a lot of reading. I write my scripts. I record my scripts. Joke? Oh, you mean the thing that went over my head? Are you forgetting I don't normally pick up on jokes very well, so it just goes flying over my head? Or one ear and out the other? No, I don't have anything going through my head right now. Well, okay, not true. I do have ideas flying through my head, but that is different. It's not going through one ear and out the other. It's all in my head. I am not an open book. Even to myself. Sometimes I have to, sit and piece things together. Or in this case, doodle stuff. Doodling helps. It helps give a visual aspect to what I'm thinking. Yes, food is gonna pop up in my doodles. I'm like a black hole. Constantly need food. Your point? You don't have a point there, clearly. Well, then what's the point? Or is it something else that's going over my head? Of course it's something else that's going over my head. I'm an idiot. When it comes to jokes. No, I'm not going to be doing romance stuff. It's not my... How do I put this? Cup of tea. It doesn't come easily. Actually, nothing I write comes easily. It takes me weeks just to figure out how to write, a simple joke for the comic relief character. And something I've had to rewrite. Yeah, not to mention having to, write a few other things, also having to record. It is so mentally draining to think sometimes. So doodling helps. And so does food. We got to this part of a conversation because you needed me to explain how I can look at a series individually and not compare it or try and add it to the story right away. And then you start asking questions about my job. Yeah, that's simplifying it. I could go into more detail, but we get right back to the same spot. Almost like a dog chasing its tail. It's never gonna end. So I'd rather not start that. I do see your point, and I do understand, trust me, as much as I do see things individually, I am seeing it compared and added to the story, and I'm frustrated with some things. However, say the first series wasn't made yet, and we had this to start with. You'd probably think it was pretty good. Well, that's my point. If the middle part, or aka the end of this entire timeline, didn't exist yet, movie-wise, you would be looking at this thinking it's fantastic. But of course, then we wouldn't have some of the ironic scenes and looking at the CGI of it and all that and go, ooh, that was great for its time. My point here is, if this came out first, this is what you'd be comparing the rest of the series to. Yes, that is why I'm also skeptical of that other series, but that's just because it was great until the point of rushing. And there was nothing else for them to use as material, so they went off their own mind, plus rushing, and they just threw everything, and I repeat, everything out the fucking window. Event mode done. I'd like to go doodle and calm down. 'Cause I'm still stressed as all hell despite watching that. Hell, I could pop something up on the background. It wouldn't do me any good. I gotta do some doodling and food. Idiot.